Hey everyone, it's the Groovy Power Hour, and you're here chilling with Corey, Tavares, and Solana.
No, Cat, we did not lock the door, so, if someone comes in and taps in with us real quick.
We're recording.
We're recording.
So
we're on air.
On camera. Hey, it's been a ride. It's been a fun ride.
So, welcome to today, brother. We're back, Groovers. Thank you for... thank you for just hanging for us and waiting for this moment. We're back on the podcast, and we have been running through a lot of bumps and technicalities in the road. So if you checked out that PZ episode, we really appreciate you guys. Go run that up if you're watching this one right now. And yeah, we got the boy back in the motherfucking building. If you guys didn't already know,
Hi, guys.
Corey left the States.
Yeah, that's what they call it overseas.
Yep.
I went to Japan for like 9 days, and it was amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Japan is so funny as a country.
Mm-hmm.
What I just put in my mouth, pause, is hella Japanese. That's the only
milky.
Record. It's milky as fuck.
That's just it. That shit just has hella Japanese on it, and it just says milky.
It's fucking dragon. It's like lychee, but it's like milk lychee, and it's like it's so crazy.
So yeah, brother brought us snacks during the podcast. We gonna be smacking on them.
Try some snacks. I'm gonna talk about Japan. Tavares has some questions.
I got a few ski.
There's Godzilla right here because I thought it'd be appropriate because just came back from Japan. But Japan was cool. As a shopping nerd and like a clothes nerd, it was amazing.
Is it really like that? Like fashion, definitely up there with like fashion capitals of the world.
Yes, there's a reason why the Japanese are obsessed with culture because I was seeing from the simple everyday fits, people getting their shit off because there's really only, I would say there's 3 or 4 forms of fashion. There's really good core fashion where they dress like TJ, where people if you know TJ is like a lot more
alternative,
gothic, but not a little bit more free, I would say, because he'll sock you out in a fishnet shirt, so it's like
shout out Young Wolf, we love you, boy.
So
beat a motherfucker up in some fishnets.
So it's but it's to see it firsthand and really adopt it and it was fire. And then there's people who are in hoodies. Stussy, Ambush are probably the brands I've seen the most consistently. Nike has a very deep hold on Japan culture, and it's very evident when you get there because it's so many I would call them average people that you would see just walking the street are in Stussy crew necks, Stussy pants. Stussy Nike is a very huge brand out there, and you could just feel it in Japan. So it was really cool to see.
Kind of integrated in the culture.
Yeah,
and
it's
these are
here.
Okay, yep. It's seeing someone just wear Levi's and
so
J's and stuff.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool to be in a country to see things that are really adopted and really global, get that recognition and really be adopted into culture, because it was when it was cold and you would just see those brands and it was very synonymous with what's going on today. You can tell Stussy has always been ahead, but it was really evident in Japan and really evident in Japanese culture. What did you end up trying?
I showed the people. This is I think it's a lychee.
That's a haichu.
Haichu, yeah. It was Bus Daniels, but kind of tangy, sweet, exotic flavoring.
Either white peach.
Oh.
Shimizu white peach or golden peach. I know I said that wrong, but
yep. Oh, okay.
phonetically.
Oh no, this is a peach then. No cap. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I mean, like, I'm familiar with haichus, you know? Like,
that's why I brought them, but then I was like, I've never had a white peach haichu.
No cap. Yeah, this is definitely different. I'm fucking with it. This Kit Kat, though, whatever
what flavor?
This...
I kept all the wrappers just so that during this part of, like, eating shit that I could at least show it, because I was about to throw all this shit away yesterday when I was putting it away.
This Kit Kat.
Is it strawberry?
I think it's the strawberry Kit Kat. Oh, yeah. Strawberry. Hold on.
This Kit Kat.
No, because I smelt it. I was like, I smelt it, you know? This is how I do it to them.
Only brought one out.
I smell it before I eat it. No cap.
Don't look me in my eyes and say shit like that.
My bad. Hey, Cole, clip that shit. No cap.
Don't look me in my eyes and say shit like that for real.
No, my bad.
But let me go back to Japan because it got so weird in here. I'm not even gonna hold you.
No, this is hella funny.
That was crazy.
Bust Daniels.
The strawberry.
Winner chicken dinner. Like that shit's up. It's up.
But Japan was cool. It's like, I don't know. It's one of those places where being tall and black is interesting. Mm-hmm. It's like,
oh, that's only. I'm glad you said that because it kind of segues into my.
You have a question?
My question, yeah. I wanted to ask you, like, when traveling abroad. Excuse me. When traveling abroad, what are some of the realities you had to deal with once you actually hit a country/city that you only heard things about?
I mean, Japan lives up to a lot of things that they export. Like, yeah. I would say they're really good at displaying their culture outside of their culture because everything you think about, like, the places that are traditional are very traditional. Mm-hmm. They don't really fuck with tattoos. Like, it was like, I could spot the people who had tattoos out there, and it wasn't very many. I saw a lot less people with hand tattoos, mainly the people that were in the hotel. But as far as people that lived there was like, I seen like one Japanese girl with like arm tattoos, but enough to cover. There was one Japanese guy with a neck tattoo, and he may have not really like lived there. Mm-hmm. So like being tattooed is very interesting because it garners its own amount of attention. Like,
right,
it's like old people will stare at you, young people will stare. It's like so noticeable, not ingrained in their culture, but ingrained in their culture. Mm-hmm. So that was interesting. People kept taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
And I didn't really notice it until like the last full day I was in Tokyo.
Oh.
You know, but it's like, yeah, exactly.
Kobe Bryant. Nah, that's fucking.
I didn't get so I speak no Japanese, so like
facts.
I have no idea whether they like thought I was an athlete or not. I couldn't like whenever I could tell somebody was talking about me, I had no clue.
Yeah.
So they could have been like, "Look at this stupid ass American. Right. Look at this tall basketball player."
Groovy tapes.
Yeah. It was like so. I don't know. It's so interesting. Uh-huh. Like to be honest, it's like it's a culture that's obsessed with culture, but have their own true identities to certain factors of the world. Like there's like you can see that how we were talking about how kawaii culture kind of evolved from like geishas and like how it's very evident in the women that are there and just how like all of them want like all of the commercials are about like having a smooth face and big eyes and like how like that's kind of exported to America in a certain lens of like sexuality, but how also ingrained it is into the society of the people. Like anime is something that is like it's used in like commercials, it's used for advertisement, it's used to sell McDonald's. Like it at every fashion of marketing, they tie into the big anime. Like Fortnite's doing something with Attack on Titan, or not? Yeah, Attack on Titan.
Yep, you're right.
And that like ad kept playing in the subway. You know, that's something that we would never see a big Fortnite ad that just played one part, like one characters over and over and over. So it was so interesting to see a culture like lean into what they export and like make it ingrained into the experience that you're gonna have in Tokyo. Like in Tokyo, you're gonna see a bunch of shit when you think about Japan and you think about how big the animation studios and things of that. You're gonna see it, you're gonna feel it. It's in like we had a dinner with one of my coworkers and his wife was saying that they were doing a water ad, and basically the water ad is about they have clean water in Kyoto. Like they were just trying to advertise it, but it was like an anime version, like a very like cartoon anime style of explaining this one thing. So it's very interesting to see like what Japan does well. It is exported, but it's also like there's not a lot of black people there. Like we were counting as many, like we counted from Tokyo to Osaka to Kyoto. We counted 137 black people. We met 2 people that lived there. Shout out to Ron and Bernie, because Bernie gave me the most aggressive handshake I've ever had. Like it looked like she hadn't seen black people in like 6 months to a year. And I got the most like, what's good? Like what's up? Like, hold on.
Where you been? Where you been at, young life? Like, you
live here?
The fuck? I'm actually offended I haven't seen you sooner.
Like, what the fuck? You in my city? You ain't touched down?
Yeah.
So it was like, it's so interesting to have a black experience in a culture that loves black people.
Right.
But it's not dominated by black people. It's not, me and my mom did the math. We're like 0.00009% of the culture. Like probably more zeros in front of that. But we're a very small population of Japanese culture. But you can see the influence. Like I tweeted this, but I was like, I saw so many dirty ass dreads. I loved it. Like they were, and it's not offensive, but the dreads, like they perm their hair. They hadn't washed their hair. Their hair naturally doesn't not like that.
For sure.
So they're dirty dreads.
Yeah.
I seen weird braids, like cornrows that just didn't feel right. It just didn't like
that straight, like high, they got the high taper with no cut, and the
like,
hair's poking out, and they got the straight cornrows. Like, bro, your hair don't go like that.
Your hair don't go like that. And not to be like, you can't braid your hair, but it's like going for a specific aesthetic without having like your hair like contributing to that. I was telling Tavares this yesterday, but my first day in Japan, we're doing the exchange rate. So we've been in Japan an hour. And I see a Japanese, I assume he was a Japanese man, in a full like New York fit. He had Tim's on. He had double jeans. So he had a jean pants that matched the jean jacket and a New York fitted and like Annie dreads. Like they were like yarn dreads, but they were like, it was so many where he was like, he had been doing this for a while. Like this wasn't a new thing. He was true to this. And I saw him and I pointed it out to my mom, and my mom pointed it out to my aunt. And now we're all just like staring at this dude. And he's like looking at us and smiling, and he's like keeps looking at his face. And he's like,
"You feel this?
You fucking with it?" And then like
you feel this?
Like
you see it?
You see the swag? The more he's going up the escalator, he's making more eye contact, and you see the smile getting bigger on his face, and he's getting more animated. He was like, "Yeah, you're fucking with it," and like. I was telling Tavares, I was like, he went home and was like, yeah, they saw me. Like the black community is out here. I'm with my people. Like they fuck with me now.
He got the best cosign of his life.
Exactly. Like, in real time, in his country. Like it was on like, yeah, niggas see me. Like, yeah.
He ran back to the trap and was like, letting motherfuckers know that, he's tapped in. Like
Dirk played that day. Like, so it was like, I don't know. It was so interesting. Like, I feel like Osaka is not as black friendly. I'll say it like that.
Yeah, I was telling people about your experience, and I was all like, it sounds like a Ballard or Bellevue, like on a grand scheme.
No, because they're like white people are overt with their racism. Like the Japanese aren't intentionally trying to hurt your feelings.
Right.
It's like
it's something that they're not used to, that they're not willing to like.
It's just a blind
move past it.
I wouldn't even say move past. It's like having a blindness to something. Like you don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't understand something, and you've never. Like there's a language barrier. There's a culture, but there's so many things that you could tell that they have an appreciation of something through a lens, through like basketball, through hip hop, but they don't really understand really any of the origins. And like even like American humor and things like that get lost in translation, because there was a guy who had a donkey with riding a motorcycle, and it was just like can't talk, my ass has to go fast or something. Like it was like a version of that. And you could tell he did not know what the English said at all. He just saw the donkey and the motorcycle and was like, this is how I'm rocking. This is the work shirt. Like we're in like a decently nice restaurant, and this is the shirt he's wearing just because it's like, it's fire, but it's also like, nah, you could never get this. Like if you knew what it said, you wouldn't wear it.
Facts.
So there's just a level of not understanding. So there's a level of ignorance, I feel like, that is not malicious, but it's also ignorance. You know what I mean? So there's just a certain misunderstanding that if you are like trying to have a bad time or be offended, is very easy to, but it's not. Because my mom was just like, nah, they did some racist shit in Osaka. So like Osaka don't really get a pass, but I was just explaining Tokyo as a whole, like, is not malicious with like this obsession of our culture. Like she was kind of trying to compare it to like white people and like how like what did you just eat?
It's a sugar milk cookie, bro. I don't fuck with that. Fuck. It's cool. Shout out to Raymond. And I'm sorry I interrupted your story. But it's a sugar milk cookie. And I'm like, bro. Say that shit on the package.
It says milk cookie. But it's one of those things that I know that aren't. It's not
malicious,
it's not
harmful.
Malicious,
it's not like they're targeting.
No. But it's evident.
It's evident, and it's like passive aggressive.
I can't put that all on them. Like I can't.
Is it more of the matter of unknowing?
Yes.
It's so, because like, you know, Japanese or Japan has a history of like having a very strict like foreigner policy.
Yeah.
So it's like it took them a very long while.
These are Bus Daniels. You're geeks. All right, let's go back to the episode.
No, you're fine. But yeah, like they are known for like just, you know, keeping it within their community. Excuse me. Seeing a lot of like the influences that like kind of like pour into that like society, and seeing like the outcome of it all, and like the fact that you do run into some dude who's like some Japanese guy who could be from the Bronx or not. Bro, you know, like
straight out, like he, like he did not grow up in Japan. Like that's the look. But the look of him looked like he could be a New Yorker. Yeah. But you could tell that he wasn't because of the cuts and like the feel of how the Timbs sat over the jeans.
Yep, like the certain nuances. Like you, it's like you're studying the game, but you couldn't like execute it.
Yeah. And there's like an appreciation. It's like, I don't know. It's like someone who documents culture. It's like if you never really participate, you'll never understand. And it's like they participate, but they participate from their country. And it's like if you've never been to America and really like hung around black people and like know the nuances of like why we love, so like why the things that are created and exported exist, you will never truly understand it. And like that's what the lens feels like. It's like a group of people who like haven't had the trials and tribulations to really absorb it, but love it. Like will argue you about it, like tell you about certain aspects and like love it, but it's like from a different lens, and like that's what I had to understand it. And I love the country. Like I can say that through like, even though there's a lens of misunderstanding, what the Japanese do well, make you feel invited. Like they are very everyone was hospitable. Like I only felt unwanted in the onsen, but also because like it's onsen is crazy. It's like
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's my other question. You know, I wanted to ask you what it was like learning how to bathe differently in another country.
No, it's not bathe differently. It's like being in jail on purpose. It's like being in jail for a comfort. Like it's so.
It's like, yeah, in Japan they choose to facilitate their bathhouses like jailhouses.
Like, so it's crazy because on the website it said you can't wear a bathing suit does not count in the onsen. So you cannot come like you got to be naked. You're doing the experience. You got to like get naked in there.
Wow.
And I'm like hella thrown off because like, you know, you grow up in the culture. Your niggas is just like just busting it down, getting naked and just going to take a shower. And I'm just like slow to it. So I'm just like, fuck, like, am I really going to be a part of this? But I'm like, some things are about the experience. It's a crazy experience. It's something I could never do with a group of friends, but I recommend everyone I know to have this, like, it's a weird, comforting experience.
Yeah.
It's
no,
like,
I definitely hear where you're coming from.
It's like
that,
why I think niggas play basketball. It's like niggas want to be around a certain like camaraderie, and like it's weird. It's like it's
definitely a culture shock for you. Like,
oh, it was crazy.
Yeah,
it was like
because it's so normal for the Japanese, but like, you know, like it's different for you. Like here in America, we don't bathe with each other.
Yeah, it's like the YMCA. Like old niggas was.
It's just like the sauna.
Yeah,
it's like the sauna, but everyone's naked.
And it's like a bunch
of
all
old guys
who don't care. It's like, I don't know. To be old in Japan is like really a sense of freedom, because they were really just like, there was a nigga showering for 45 minutes. He was like, "This is what I be doing. This is
my free time.
I'm gonna bust down.
I come in the onsen and I make sure and I measure." Fucking Wallow and Gilly.
No,
Wallow and Gilly, they call DJ Envy DJ Ruler. So that DJ Measure.
You're saying that's what the old niggas be on?
Hey, if you're in there for 45 minutes, I won't say that. I won't say that because, you know, like if sounds like, you know, Japan moved past that whole like restriction on like how they see. You know,
I don't know. It's crazy. It's like, it's not crazy. It's so it's so normal
because you don't sexualize the ensemble. Like,
no, there's a bunch of niggas.
Exactly, but
like,
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know,
there's no way.
Couple guys pop in, they like what they see at the ensemble.
There's I guarantee you,
but it's not like that because it's different.
I guarantee you, if there was niggas in there bricked up, that niggas get aired out in the onset. If there's a nigga in there on hard in the onset, it's uncomfortable. It's already uncomfortable, and it's like, my man, like,
and he done bathed the fifth guy that walked in here, you know, because you know you got to help each other out.
No, there's no help. There was no helping. Every man just took their bath and then was dipping.
Yep.
There was one nigga who, and this nigga made me feel uncomfortable. Not because he was like staring at me, but he was standing up. Like everyone else, everyone else is sitting down in the pool. He's just what's
going on, my guy? Like,
I'm in the cold tub,
and
he's in like one of the first hot tubs, and he's just standing with his hands on his hip. I'm just like, my man's like like everyone else in this bitch is sitting down. He's standing and patrolling.
Nah, I don't like that because the way the breeze is hitting, you got like dick air coming on the face, like. Hey, yo, pause.
Okay, let me make this clear. We weren't in the same area. I'm over here. He's
for sure. For the
optics and the
for sure.
I can't let even the narrative continue where there was dick air near me.
Well, I mean, it is. Nah, because you don't want Siva in the ensemble because I'm going in there guns are blazing. Like, what?
He said technically there was dick hair all over you. That's crazy.
That's a wild way to look at it. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to, switch it that way.
It's crazy. I had the experience. There's no reason for you to apologize.
We are coming on 25 minutes. How are you feeling about Japan?
Japan was amazing. I felt like every nigga that DM'd me about Japan should go to have their own experience in Japan, because every nigga I know had a suggestion or a place they wanted to see through the camera.
Corey hates that shit. You guys really don't be regularly tapping in, and how the fuck you gonna start tapping in when he's out and about?
I get it, but also
I don't get it.
It's for me. I don't understand, because I was just like, a lot of people found it funny, like those who like travel and like go through experiences and like take time out, like work hard, but also do things for themselves. I bet understood, because there was niggas hitting me when I was like, I hope niggas enjoyed like Japan through a lens. It was just like through a screen and was like laughing at it. But then there's just like certain people that were like so invested in the trip that they started suggesting things without us having a relationship. And that to me is weird, because like Instagram is cool, but I don't know everybody that I like follow and fuck with and meet creatively. Like, it's amazing to like share these experiences, and like everyone that followed me got to see a version of Japan through my lens. But like, I don't give a fuck if we don't know each other in person, if we haven't ever shared ideas, never had like lunch together, broke bread together. I don't really give a fuck about what your idea is. And I say that respectfully and with love, but like, buy a fucking plane ticket and go see the cities you want to see. I don't care. Like, there was niggas just like DMing me, oh, get that for me, or just like, ooh, do this. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Banana
like,
caramel.
Enjoy the experience that I'm having, or shut the fuck up. Because it was like a weird obsession thing where like, I would hate to be a celebrity or an influencer, like having genuine experiences and like people not adding value to my experience. Like one of the favorite things I got suggested was by Belugs. Belugs sent me like a group of DJs that were in Tokyo at the same time as me. He was like, go to this. It's like, they don't really do a bunch of shit. It'd be amazing to see them, especially not in your country. I ended up having a long ass day and not able to go see that DJ set specifically, but that was a person that like was watching it and was like, ooh, here's like an actual genuinely cool experience that you can have one time in your life in Japan. Okay. Which is one of those things where I'm just like, I love that. Like, shout out to people like Belugs. I mean, I can stop talking. Oh, we'll be right back.
Whoa, what's going on over there? I know you're expecting a podcast, but this is not what that is. You feel me? Go ahead, make your way down to Heart Workshop and go copy you a basically groovy tee. You feel me? We still got 2 colorways, I believe. Go and support the brand, the Groovy Tapes, Basics Company, and Heart Workshop. We would love to see you guys in our gear. So yeah, go check us out. Basically Groovy Girls.
But shout out to Matt for really like sending me something fun to do, and like just being receiving of like knowing what, like, oh, this is a cool suggestion, but there's no value in him not going or going. Like, this is something cool that I saw.
It's like they're not there's no benefit for them. They don't have anything in the end to like gain from your experience.
Exactly.
So, and I truthfully, I understand that. That's like, that's with that's common courtesy. Like, like, but and then like, a lot of it definitely deals with the whole, I feel like,
These are smacking.
kind of know your place, that's a, like.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know, not even like know your place, but like just enjoy what you're experiencing. Like, not everything needs your voice on it, especially in an experience where you're like we don't like if you don't tangibly know someone, just enjoy the ride. Like I don't DM The Rock when I got opinions on his acting. I just enjoy the movie or I don't. Like
facts. Whoa,
yeah,
another
that was a rock,
another stray.
That was a rock shot. Like
another pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was
Shots
like
fired.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I was like, I'm glad niggas got to enjoy Japan.
Yeah,
I hope people go see it for themselves because there's like, even with my lens, I didn't show every aspect of my trip. I really just showed like
I got the full.
Yeah,
no
I
cap.
saw everything. But
yeah, fuck you guys.
No, it was beautiful though. It's really a place I want to go with my creative friends because it is so creatively stimulating that no matter what you're looking, it's like Vegas with rules though.
Yeah.
There's certain there's a protocol to it, but you can literally do whatever you want in that country, except for drugs. Mm-hmm. And if you're doing drugs,
it's bad for you.
No, you're popping.
Oh you're the guy.
You're the guy.
Yeah,
you get to do drugs in Japan. You're popping.
Oh yeah, you're somebody for sure because they let you do that shit over there. It's
I don't
good.
know if you do it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're popping.
No, I'm like definitely to just end get to the point where we end everything. I'm happy you got to experience that. I was drunk texting you a lot of the times over our trip. And then also like just like being very proactive and like because I'm always a frightened friend, like when my friends go abroad, but like just being able to get to that soil, hit the Eastern Hemisphere, like that shit is amazing to me. And we were talking like that
was nerdy as fuck. I love that.
I get to live vicariously through you, and it brings me back to reality that shows me that I'm able to get there too. So, like all within all, like definitely I fumbled this trip. I was supposed to be here with my brother. So it's more of like, like
I won't do it again.
Exactly. I won't do it again. But we both were supposed to come back, talk about our experience together in Japan. But nice. We'll have next year for that. And then like just being able to know that my things are realistic is amazing. It's beautiful. I a couple of days where I was just crying drunk as fuck, letting my brother know like, oh man, like you really make it happen. The dreams are attainable. So, it's just lovely. And then, now we're back together and like we get to do the thing that like we really want to make happen. So
yeah. And I don't know. I tweeted this, but I'm really about to stand on it. I was like, I left all that soft shit in Japan. So like, I'm gonna love doing this, the new version of this. There's no new version. We're just gonna continue to do the same shit at a better level. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited. I feel I needed that trip. I needed a break. I needed to step away for a second. I needed to have new experiences. Cause like I'm so excited to do more of this. And like we just dropped clothes with Hayes. At the start of this month. Mm-hmm. We just dropped fucking clothes last week with Paradise and Tranquil. So I'm excited to drop more clothes. I'm excited to evolve what this podcast looks like, what we look like in this space. I'm here to take everything.
Yeah. Like, we're on your necks.
Like this is like
on everything moving.
This is a good year for Groovy Tapes. And like I'm so excited to like show everyone like what that really looks like and what that really feels like, because I feel like we took a step back on like a lot of shit that we were doing last year to push the brand, and I feel like this summer will help us, and like going into fall and winter we'll be able to show results of like how this year really looked. I feel like we've built up a lot of cool shit and cool ideas and made a lot of new friends that we were trying to like, do some cool ideas with. And that is for the audience as well to hold us accountable on those things. We have shit we want to accomplish. We really want to bring you into this like world that me and Tavares are trying to build through the podcast and through like a bunch of other shit. But like ultimately, like the content exists for the people that really give a fuck about the city, and we're just trying to find new and fun ways to like show you it's really cool to be here. Because even going to Japan, I miss Seattle so much, and there's so many things that we do well, and I saw there's so many ways that like, I don't know, you leave and you come home and you're just like, there's so many ways that we could be ahead and looked at in the same way, because like I was wearing I only wore brands from Washington in Japan. I didn't wear anything I bought there. Everything I bought there, except for the jeans that I have on now because they're just fire. But everything I wore was like a Washington name brand, and like the reception I got, how it was received, people asking me about it. Like I gave away Hayes's jacket, and the store that I got it from, like everyone's reaction of his brand in and of its by itself and the jacket was received with such like open arms and love. Like I don't know, I just the amount of love that strangers gave us, I want to get here, and I think the brands that do it spectacularly deserve those like check marks. Because it's like, if not, all those brands should move to Japan and really run up a bag. Because like
facts, open
the way
up
it was
shop,
received
man.
and it was loved, and it was just like, I don't know. It's dope to see like my friends and my family's brand really be like with no, like no real understanding. It's a culture of people that don't, they don't know ETC. They don't know what basic means. They don't like, outside of like the word, like they don't really know what these brands stand for and what they like believe in. But like it was received like they,
like they knew
that they knew,
like they understood
and like loved it. And like for me, it's just like, for the people who do understand and who do get it, like I wish that amount of love and obsession existed here, just because like, I don't know, everything that we claim we can't have, we can have through these people, because like I went to a city that is ran by the creatives. Like it is very structured with business. Like there is a business side of the city, but like Harajuku is one of the most creative places to be, and you can tell like everyone there intermingles inside of the city. Like, they are allowed to do poppin' shit. They're allowed to like do like anything at their fingertips because they are backed by the creative space that Japan allows and Tokyo allows. And I feel like there's no reason that there's not that here. And again, you see things outside and I know why it doesn't work here, but I'm just saying, in a practicality of it all, there's no reason it doesn't work here. And it 100% can and should. Did you eat both of those again?
No.
All right, I'm watching you. I'm about to smack on the Kit Kats. So.
Oh, yeah, no, it's good. There's Kit Kats over here. That banana caramel one, it was pretty good, but a little too chocolatey.
A little too chocolatey?
The strawberry? All right, heme.
Wet?
Yeah, Sirski.
What do you mean?
They're over here, brother.
They're not the same flavors. I said save me half of the Kit Kat.
Oh, was there only one left of them?
No, I only brought out one.
Oh, my bad, brother.
You left me with I hate this. I hate it here.
You guys seen in real time why Corey be wanting the box.
I fucking hate it here. I literally said, split it in half. Yup, I got you.
So bad.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
please continue with what you were saying.
No. Japan's amazing. Everybody should go see it. That's really my point. Or just like whatever your Japan is. Like, because I'm going to go, like, we're going to continue to go out of the country. Everybody should get their fucking passport if they can, because a passport is a beautiful thing to have. I've never missed home more, but I was also so glad to be able to do it. The flight is long as shit, terribly long. And if you don't like planes, you better suck it up because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Pause. That was flagrant.
No,
this is Bus Daniels.
Well,
first Kit Kat.
I think we just had a beautiful podcast, so I'm gonna take us out.
Tavares got to go to work today, so
Oh no, we're actually great on time right now. But KWJT, you've been grooving with the South, man. We got Corey and Tavares, and I think I got Ops, but we'll leave that for the next episode.